Oh, 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 it's always a good time. That's pretty bright. Wearing white is probably not the move. What's up, everybody? Good to see y'all. So as you can see from the title of this video, I did indeed get the Rona. Also, don't mind me, I'm just folding laundry. I was sitting here folding laundry and I was like, this would be a prime opportunity to tell all of my YouTube subscribers about how I got COVID. Yep, that's a real COVID cough right there. I don't know if it is of the Omicron variant type or the Delta or the OG, but let me tell you, it has not been super fun. So on Monday? Gosh, I don't even know what day is it. It's Friday. Friday, getting down on Friday. On Monday of this week, I'm just gonna take you guys through my symptom chart here. I felt a bit like tired on Monday, but not like anything out of the ordinary. Not even really like I was getting sick. Just kind of like, I could use a nap. I'd say that's kind of like where the symptoms started, was just on Monday, that first day. Oh wait, actually, rewind. Like that scene, okay. Anyway, to start, actually, I know where I caught COVID from. I went out with some friends on Friday night to a club in Portland that was pretty heavily packed. A lot of bodies in there. People are being less cautious. It's not just me, don't blame me. And anyway, me and one of my friends actually ended up catching COVID. So that's how I know that I got it from going to a club. I won't name the club because I like the club and I don't want people to hate on the club. I didn't like it the first time I went there, but I have been there more than once now and I do like it, so I won't hate on it. There is a club that I will hate on, but not publicly because I'm not a hater. Anyway, this is getting way off course. So I went out Friday night, this was a week ago. Started feeling tired on Monday, where I was like, all right, I could use a nap. And then when I woke up on Tuesday of this week, I felt like I was gonna die. I went to bed early because I was tired and I slept for about 10 hours. And then when I woke up, I was like, so I'm making sure that the focus is pulled this whole time. When I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I feel like freaking garbage. So I contacted my boss and was like, hey, I'm not gonna make it into work today. I'm feeling really under the weather. I'm gonna go get a COVID test later because I just wanna make sure it's not that. And my boss was like, cool, let me know when you get the results back. And then I immediately fell back asleep for like another freaking, oh my gosh, like another like 3 or 4 hours or something. I was exhausted. And I woke up to my boss calling me and was like, hey, like, did you get a COVID test? And I'd slept for like another like 4 hours or something. Something ungodly after already sleeping 10 hours the night before. And I was like, oh no, like, I'm sorry, like I haven't like went in to like get a COVID test yet. Just because I was exhausted. And she was like, it's okay, like take your time. You know, but like people at the office, you know, need to know if they're exposed. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that 100% makes sense. And if I don't do it now, I'm not gonna wanna do it later, so I should just go do it. So I went in, got a COVID test at this kind of like, I won't say where again, because I'm not like here to badmouth a free testing center, because it was a free testing center, but it was in a sketchier part of town, I'll just say that. And the setup was nice though. I mean, not that the test was bad or anything. The testing center was fine. Went in and I got the rapid test done, and then I also got a PCR test, but the PCR said it wouldn't be done for like 5 days or something. And I sat there waiting for I don't know if any of you guys have taken the rapid tests, but you sit there waiting for this, it's like are those called litmus tests or whatever? The ones with the water, that may be wrong. Hey Siri, what's a litmus test?
Is a question asked of a potential candidate for high office.
It is not a litmus test. What's it called? That was so far wrong. I'm so embarrassed. Okay, after derailing so hard there, litmus test has 2 different meanings. I was panicking because I was like, I swear to God, it's called a litmus test. But turns out it's a test for acidity or alkalinity using litmus, but it is also a decisively indictive test. Opposition for the nomination became a litmus test for political support of candidates. English is hard. 2 definitions, not just one. I'm sorry. So anyway, I sat there and watched the litmus test thing, whatever happened. There's some chemical reaction that takes place. Sorry, I need to blow my nose. There's some chemical reaction that takes place where you mix essentially your own like nasal fluid with this saline solution, and then it has to absorb or have a chemical reaction, and then it creates a line. Anyway, 1 line means that it's negative, 2 lines means that it's positive, and my test came back for the rapid test as a weak positive, but still weak positive is positive. And I looked it up. I mean, not that I didn't trust the people working there, but I looked it up beforehand and I could see the second line forming and I was like, fuck. So anyway, I went back home. My symptoms for the rest of the day were just exhaustion. Like I was so fatigued that I could not do anything. I laid in bed for the rest of the day, probably until about 6 p.m. and I could not stand up for longer than about like 20 seconds. It was a bit scary. I'm not like, I mean, I've been really sick before, so I'm not, you know, I've had the flu and like I know what it feels like, and I know that my body just has to fight it off and it just takes time. So I was like, okay, well, this is just gonna take some time. And yeah, so I laid in bed for pretty much like 20 something hours. It felt like I didn't finally get out of bed until like 6 o'clock, and my roommate Tyler made me some dinner, and then that was the first time I'd eaten all day. I didn't eat until about like 6 p.m. because I was just wiped out. Like I would get out of bed and drink some water and then like sit on my bed for a minute, and then I'd go back to sleep again, which was kind of an absurd experience. And then the second day, I already started to feel a little bit better. I still had a bit of a headache and a cough, and you know, was able to walk around and do stuff. You know, third day, kind of the same thing. Headache went away, more sneezing and runny nose. And fourth day, today, Friday, I've had a runny nose. I did some exercise today. I went out and went for a jog because I could not stand being in here for another day. Don't worry, I didn't go near anybody. I went in a pretty lowly, like low populated area. I think I only ended up going by like 2 people or something, and I ran into the middle of the road when I went past them, so it was fine. Yeah, so I caught COVID, and it hasn't been terrible. It does kind of suck though, because I ended up making a lot of people at my work from home because they were exposed to me, which was really unfortunate. I didn't want to do that. But I guess in the positive side of things, I don't have to get the booster now, which is good, and I'm more readily equipped to deal with the Omicron if this wasn't the Omicron. But yeah, overall I'm doing good. Sorry I haven't made YouTube videos in a long time. I don't really know what to say these days. I mean, I could give you guys really thorough updates of what I do with my life. I think maybe at some point I will do that. Maybe. Probably not. I like making YouTube content, but I think I'm a textbook overthinker, and there are so many ways to make really good content that when you're an overthinker like me, you get stuck at step 1, which is like, what do I make? You know, and I feel like a lot of the best creators just skip that step. They just start making something and then they just roll with it. And they're like, hey, here's something that I made. And like people that, you know, like their vibe typically like what they create. And sometimes I forget that. I actually was just having a conversation with one of my buddies who, he might be watching right now. Shout out Theo, if Theo's watching this. I told Theo, because he's been working on some video projects and photo projects and stuff at his school, and I was like, dude, like send me anything that you make. Like I'd love to see what you're creating, you know? And it made me realize that there are people that support me like that, you know, that genuinely care what I'm creating and like just want to see it. And sometimes I forget about that I have people that are interested in what I make and that love me and care about me, you know, and are happy to stick along for the ride and watch anything, you know, anything that I create, because it's connected to me and, you know, they're connected to me. And I don't know, just like the humane side of things, the humane side of things, there's reasons to do everything. I'm just an overthinker, and I've been overthinking a lot of stuff lately as far as like I know I shouldn't be, because I'm don't overthink, because that's gonna work. I'm still gonna overthink no matter what you say. I wish I didn't though. I wish that I could just think up an idea and just make it, you know, every time. So maybe that's something that I just need to work on, is just coming up with an idea for a video or music or whatever. Because I've been struggling, you know, with what is worth putting out there, what is the picture I want to paint, you know, of myself, of the world. And it's just like a lot of pressure to put on a young person that just likes making stuff. And I think I just maybe need to give myself more grace. So maybe if you're watching this and you're having similar thoughts, give yourself more grace. Just do what makes you happy. You know, as long as you're not hurting people, it doesn't really matter. Just do what makes you happy. If it makes you happy, do it. Has this been back focused this entire time? Dude, the autofocus on this camera is literal garbage. I'm looking at myself in the, oh my gosh, the screen. The flip out screen. I'm struggling, guys. COVID has got to my head. And actually, the nausea, man. The nausea is like weird. Like there was a symptom, I think when COVID first came out, on the symptom chart that was like new confusion. And I didn't understand that. Like, I thought I did, because I thought I got COVID back in 2020, and there was like a week where I had like serious fatigue and new confusion. Don't know if that was it, but I also am always all over the place, so can't help me. Yeah, but things are good aside from having this virus infect me. Yeah, I'm just chilling, doing some laundry. Oh, and now Tyler's home. Hey, buddy. How was your day? I don't know if you heard me. How was your day?
It was good. Solid. Thank God it's Friday though.
Do you have headphones in, or can you just not hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
I said it was good. Did you not hear me?
No, I didn't. I yelled at you 2 times before that, though.
Oh, it's because you have fucking laundry going.
Oh, it's because I have laundry going. Let's see. Copy. Your day was good, though?